everybody, and welcome to actually Texas Motor Speedway. How the hell they let us do this? We have a driving horse and a bear and a dang 13-year-old for crying out loud. We're in Fort Worth, Texas. It is the Diddler Cup. We have raced 13 goddamn auto races. This is our 14th goddamn auto race in this 2018 season. And that means one thing. First off, we are actually at Texas Motor Speedway. That is not anything clever. They said, yeah, sure, why not? And
that's right.
Not like they got anything else going on today.
I got nothing to do. And they're like, why not? Let's have a goddamn auto race. But most importantly, Texas Motor Speedway was, in fact, the last of our stops in the season last year. That is where Jean-Paul Henry, who, by the way, sits on the outside pole, went and won himself the 2017 Diddler Cup Championship. However, tonight, it serves as the end of our regular season, as at the end of tonight's race, we will know who the 16 cars and 16 drivers are that will vie for the championship in the brand new 2018 Diddler Cup playoffs.
Yeah, 16 drivers and whoop-a-da!
I am right here. I am Chip Chapman, here as always for you, bringing all the racing action. I am joined to my right by Lightning Lord Shivers.
Yes, that's right. It's good to be back in the only true state in the union, apart from Arizona,
and probably Louisiana. You know, and
yeah.
Florida. I mean, you can't tell. Don't tell
Louisiana.
Florida they ain't part of it either. They'll go fucking crazy on you.
Shh. No, it's okay. We ain't gotta say it to their face. It's fine. It's fine.
They're sleeping anyway. It's early.
Yeah.
And to my left is Beaumont Jenkins.
I had to double up my order and get a 4 for $40 at Applebee's. I'm getting everything, so if you hear me eating tonight, I'm enjoying this goddamn... I got a goddamn steak on my plate right now.
I mean, everything is bigger in Texas. That includes the Applebee's endless deluge of food.
That's right. The stakes have been raised.
They
and it's
certainly
not just
have.
on Beaumont's plate. It's in the fact that this is the last race to get it. If you have not already got a spot in the playoffs, holy shit, what the fuck are you doing? You need to start winning something.
Yeah, absolutely. The race winner tonight will get a spot in the playoffs, as has been the other 12 drivers that have won the first 13 races. And we say 12 because we have one two-time winner so far this season in Giacomo. Also in the field for the playoffs, we got our pole sitter, Paul Alcohol, who won the very first race of the season, the Beefus.
Go sit on my pole.
Also, we got Jim Blossom's fan favorite.
Yeah.
I believe he won over in Brooklyn, New York. He won the Brooklyn, New York race. He's in the playoffs in the 41 car. He's sitting about, I think, in the 6th spot.
He ironically won.
I don't think I remember half of that race. I just remember coming back from having to puke my guts out after maybe eating some contaminated Cinefist icing.
Yeah, that might have been what happened. But speaking of the Cinefist, I believe that was where we saw Jeff Shanice, the Iron Jeff, get his moniker.
The Iron Jeff, yes.
And also make it into the playoffs. We got two representatives out of ATF Bureau Racing. We got Cobb Salad, who won a Daytona 500, third race of the season, that rookie. Big win for him. And, of course, the elder statesman of that racing team, Joe John Winchester, the 47 car. He was challenging for a championship last season. He's back in the hunt again. Ricky Walton got a win in Dothan, Alabama. He's going to be in the playoffs in the number 32 Temecula dirt car. Joined as well by a single Toyota so far in Reverend Pastor Chavez in that number 33 Yes-sponsored car. I believe he won that on the actual roads of South Tucson, if I'm correct.
That's right, he did.
And we got both members of Slap Dong Corporate Racing. The Slap Mart 9-9 car of Dirk Tanaka won that one in England under caution, but he was looking pretty dang good as well. And, of course, Kevin Boner Pillman, the number 15 Dongarex Injectapen car. They had the back-to-back wins for the racing team, you know, because I believe he went and won it in Sturgis, if I'm correct. And who am I missing? I'm looking at my list right now. Oh, there we go. We got a pair of Dodge Stratuses. We got Big Daddy Thibodeau representing South Tucson Youth Motorsports in that number 62 Tucsonade car. And, of course, one of our new Russian drivers in the Russian team, Matryoshka Inc., the number 90 car, Petrol Topov. He won, I can't remember what race he won. Maybe I can look up my notes and find it in a second. But he also has made it. But we've got 3 more spots to go. 4 more spots. 12 spots have been solidified. 1 spot will go to the winner of this race, and the remaining spots will go to the highest in the points. And right now, that means, look at this. If we were to use tonight's points, the top 3 in points of drivers who have not won yet.
Let's just say we all decide to just say fucking and go eat some more. Barbecue.
Exactly. Jean-Paul Henry, the leading points driver by 11 points over Paul Walker. So there it is. The number 40 car and the 00 would make it in. Should that stay as it is. Also going in, he's 76 points out of Jean-Paul Henry's reach. Morris Mayfield in that 69 car.
Nice.
And just behind them, Agent Toby Keith. But he's got some names breathing down his neck. Smiley Van Buren, another rookie. Richard Blood, Fat Darrell, and 542 Norman. So there's a lot that can happen in this race. But the easiest way to make sure you're in, just win the dang thing.
That's right.
Or sign the petition.
Or sign the petition. I think it's time right now to find out where we're going as far as the grid. The racing grid. This is Texas, the race. And here's how we are going through the field. On the pole, it is Paul Alcohol and Jean-Paul Henry. One in the playoffs, one looking to make it in. Almost a certainty, but man, it would be great for him if he got a win there. Harry Gunt and Richard Blood in good position on the row 2. Richard Blood could get in by points. Harry Gunt probably needs to win. Ennio Sparina, and there's another playoff competitor. Jim Blossoms on row 3. On row 4, Morris Mayfield, very much in contention on points, but man, again, would love that win. And Giacomo, our only 2-time winner this season. There's Woo Bye Bally on that row, number 5. Along with playoff contender Ricky Walton. Row 6 has Bowie Jessup. Bit of a disappointing season for Bowie Jessup in that HCL 22 car, but Joe John Winchester continues to race forward. He's in the playoffs. Smiley Van Buren, he is very much in contention for the playoffs on points. And Paul Walker, his teammate, also very much in. Stumpy Lane in that number 9 car. Disappointing season for him so far, but Mr. Naga's most glorious driver as well. They're on row 8. Row 9, Dirk Tanaka and Reverend Pastor Chavez. A pair of cars already racing into the playoffs. They just want to keep everything going and see if they can get some extra playoff points. Fat Darrell and Kevin Boner Pillman on the next row behind them. Fat Darrell had some good runs, but unfortunately has not gotten that big win yet, like 2 from last year. Bucky Dooshine and Big Daddy Thibodeau on the next row behind there. Thibodeau, as we mentioned, already in the playoffs. On row 12, a lot of heft there. Doug Pork and Cobb Salad. A couple of big boys, big rookies. One of them already racing in. There's 542 Norman and another rookie, Petrol Topov, who was qualified for the playoffs with his big win. Again, I think on the actual roads of South Tucson. Thank you to one of our assistants. Jeff Gordon, the horse, and El Matador Toto Rosanna are towards the back of the field. And in row 15, it's Agent Toby Keith. Got to do a lot of work if he wants to protect where he is right now. He's got a chance he's on the outside looking in with Vitaly Kriptov. And on row 16, Jeff Shanice and Nikolai the Soviet Driving Bear. There you have it. That is our field. That is our starting grid. I think it is time to get this race going. And if we get a repeat, again, as it's being explained, the winner of this race will automatically qualify for the playoffs, and will be joined by the top 3 in points. However, if we have a repeat winner tonight, we will have 4 in via points. And again, in via points right now going to this race, Jean-Paul Henry, Paul Walker, Morris Mayfield, and Agent Toby Keith. Those are your top 4 in points of the drivers who have not already qualified. But I think it is time now to thank the Lord and go to our race prayer. We got Absolutely. Our guy down there?
Yes, let me go ahead and pass it down to a public address system here. We got look at here, we got ourselves a, what's that? Let's pray.
Put the fork down.
A reading from the book of Vince Young, chapter 10, passage 4 to 15. And the Lord said to generally season the beef brisket all over with sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. Place the brisket in a large rimmed baking sheet, cover with plastic wrap, and refrigerate overnight. Step 2, light a charcoal fire in a starter chimney. Add the lit coals to the firebox of a smoker and heat the smoker to 275 degrees. Place oak or other hardwood chips, chunks, or logs around the coal so that the wood smolders but does not flare. Set the brisket on the grill, fat side down, cover and smoke for 2 hours. Monitor the smoke throughout the smoke process and add more lit coals and or wood as needed to maintain the temperature and smoke level. Meanwhile, in a small saucepan, combine your 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter with the large garlic cloves and a teaspoon of ground coriander and cook over moderate heat until fragrant. About 2 minutes. Add the barbecue sauce and the beef broth and simmer the mop for 5 minutes and season with more sea salt and unsalted pepper. Then after 2 hours, rush the brisket all over the mop. Turn the brisket fat side up and continue to cook, mopping it for 30 minutes till an inch-free thermometer in the thickest part registered at about 165, about 6.5 hours longer. Then you transfer the brisket to a large sheet of heavy-duty foil. Brush the remaining mop and garlic all over the brisket and wrap it in the foil. Put the wrapped brisket in a large disposable aluminum roasting pan. Set the pan in the smoker. Cook the brisket till it reaches 185, about 1 hour longer. And then finally, slice the brisket thinly across the grain and serve it with its cooking juices. Serve with bright bread, chili beans, coleslaw, and pickles. Amen.
Man, that's
enjoyable.
That prayer I got hungry after that prayer.
That's right. Damn, that was good, y'all.
It makes me want to drive. I want to rub one out. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to dry rub one as well.
You and me both, man.
Well, I think it is now time for those almost famous words in motorsports, but the ones that aren't quite going to get us sued, but they're going to get the point across just fine. So why don't we go ahead and get to them?
That's right. I believe. Actually, this is just a 5-second clip. He's good for the cutter. He's got it. Fitz Young scores. Oh, all right. That's all right. Thank you. Let's get this started.
All right, and there you see the driver's a bit confused by that, but there they go. Lee Corso in our pace car, always leading them off pit road. And Paul Alcohol will take them up this track. Now, Texas Motor Speedway, an interesting track. It's a bit shorter than what these guys are used to driving on. These drivers used to the. You can see it's only about a mile and a half, of racetrack.
This is a 1.5 mile long super speedway, 24-degree bankings in the turns. You got about enough room here, so you got 2 distinct lines on the racetrack. Speeds are going to get up to about this is a little bit in between like a traditional short track and an absolute monstrosity of a super speedway like we've been used to.
Yeah.
And of course Lee Horso has gone with he's got the Longhorn headgear on for this one.
Of course he has. Why wouldn't he? He's in Texas.
That's pretty good.
That's right.
And we can see, look at that. There's a good amount of space to work with, but you can very much see. You can just see the high bankings as they come around, and it looks like Corso might be heading to pit lane, or is he just yeah, he's going to go to pit lane. So we are going to get things ready. We are ending the regular season in a big way. It's in all caps. It's Texas, baby, and let's go, Diddler! It's a goddamn race! And already you can see the 2 grooves at the bottom of the track. You'd already see the coloring of the pavement. You can see what the more raced lines are. But Alcohol just pulls away.
That's also that's not including, of course, the green and yellow line that we paint around the track and make sure that everybody knows where they're supposed to be going.
Of course, just to help them out a little bit. And You're sick of that right now. That is Harry Gunt, the Ham Bandit, taken into second place. But Paul Alcohol has just gotten the whole shot. He loves racing in that clean air.
He loves the whole shot as well. I tell you what, he started this regular season off with a win. He loved to bookend here just nice and right with a Texas-style victory. We are in Fort Worth, Texas. And by the way, Chip, I didn't mean to ask you, how much is Fort Worth?
I think about as much as you can afford, which these days ain't too much. We're gonna head down into the field. Little bit, we're seeing some of the cars sliding around. We're looking at Woo Ba Bala, who's running in 7th right now. Solid would be a huge, absolutely needs to get a win to qualify for the playoffs.
Or sign the petition.
He's all alone on the high line. That's not looking too good at the moment. But again, 84 laps. We're already 3 into this one. And he finds himself on the line. We're looking right now at Paul Walker. We're going to keep an eye on some of our playoff contenders. Again, you'll see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If we get a repeat winner, then the top 4 in points after our winners will qualify. Jean-Paul Henry in the number 40 car, the Ludger Beer Bombs car. He got the win at this track last season. He is pulling away into second, looking to chase down Paul Alcohol. He's running in good shape. I think even without a win, he's probably a shoo-in, especially if he keeps the car on the track.
He may be the most beloved Frenchman in Texas in quite some time.
And boy, did he boy, was that a dramatic victory he pulled out last year, where the championship was basically down to about 3. There were 6 drivers who had a mathematical chance going in. It wheeled down to about 3 for much of the time, and I gotta tell you, the championship was changing hands with every lap on this track. But Jean-Paul Henry won the most important, led the most important laps, which were the final ones, to get that win.
All right, I just finished my steak. Now where's my button?
All right.
You told me you were good. You saw bitch. You said you were going to give me a promotional button if I finished the goddamn steak.
I mean, listen here. Here, let me get my phone out here, and we'll see if we can get a picture up on the wall, because you did finish your steak in less than an hour. All right, here we go.
Goddamn right. I finished my steak in 20 minutes.
All right, be sure to pause here. We'll get the flash off here.
No talking, more chewing.
All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna make this a Nastagram.
I like it. Add one of them Bitmojis or something to it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We're going to add a bunch of eggplant stickers onto it.
Oh, absolutely. That lets them all know you're well endowed. And you like vegetables. Ladies like vegetables.
I think Bitmojis is in competition for Great Bits.
Oh, maybe.
Data mining.
That's right. By the way, be sure to donate your Great Bits, the official cryptocurrency of the Diddler Cup Race Series, so you can see more fine automobile racing entertainment products such as this.
And sponsors, of course, of the number 1 Gray Bits Dodge Stratus, driven by Vitalik Kriptov.
I do just hope, I hope the team has a successful run. I just really hope I don't see that Antonovich fella again. That dude was giving me the creeps.
He absolutely was, but been a tough season for the rookies in the Russian cars. But Petrol Topov, one of the cars in the playoffs, and would be cool. They would love to see a second car from Matryoshka Inc. representing. There's one or two racing teams that can't say that they've got a car in the playoffs right now. I mean, actually, one of them is DWI. One of them is Spub and Mortports, but both of them, we're looking at Paul Walker right now in that 00 Nihilist Arby's Ford Pinto. Couple of pole awards for Bucket Dushan in the Taco Baco car, number 55, but not a single one of those cars have made the playoffs.
We know the speed is there out of that team. They just, they got to close the deal.
Yeah, and Paul Walker very much has a chance to do that. He is only 11 points clear of the points leader of, again, that would qualify. So I got to say, unless something catastrophic happens to that car, I'd say that Paul Walker is looking pretty dang good as well, along with Jean-Paul Henry. It's once you start getting below that it starts to get a little dicey. That one false move could really mess things up, because third car in on points is this man, Morris Mayfield, New ride for him. He got a win last year. He hasn't gotten a win yet, but that 69 car is really starting to run pretty good. They had the equipment. They just needed the right driver. They had Otto Bahn in the car last year. Did not really do too well as far as
I hear he's going back to Germany to just ride some endurance races down there in Durchfall.
Yeah, he's doing the 24 Bowels of Durchfall, and he's
you just gotta connect the top to the bottom.
Exactly, and that is the key thing. That's the one thing I think Morris Mayfield has figured out with that 69 car. He has figured out how to connect the top to the bottom, and we're seeing Morris Mayfield. They're just kind of reeling in. Richard Blood, by the way, he's not too far off in points as well. A good run for him, and he's got his teammate with him as well in Jean-Paul Henry. They're chasing down Paul Alcohol. Richard Blood, that 51 team, they have still yet to get their first series win. They have come so close so many times. He's going to move up to second place as we start lap 14.
Yeah, Henry and Richard Blood, they're not really willing to kind of mix it up just a bit. Henry saw that Richard Blood has a little bit more speed at this phase of the race here. They're just going to let him go and try and chase down Paul Alcohol and see if they can work together as a team.
I think that's what they're doing. They're pulling Morris Mayfield along with them. I think that's going to be the best strategy. Paul Alcohol has just taken off and gained himself a 1.3 second lead over the rest of this field. And that is absolutely surprising to me right now. But we're going to keep an eye on that and see if that interval continues to drop or if it goes in the other direction, starts to grow.
Paul Alcohol, he's starting to get picked up in all the different magazines. Of course, he's had an interview in Circle Track magazine. He's had an interview in National Stock Car Racing. He's had an interview in U.S. Naked Chicks Report. And, of course, he is quite an avid reader of his very favorite celebrity lifestyle magazine.
Which one's that? Oh, okay, yeah.
What about that mugshot review thing that they have at the gas station there? You divide the picture of the mugshot people.
I think all of us. Let's be fair. I think we've all been on that at least once.
That's like Brady Bunch, but with more meth.
Let's be honest. We were almost ready to use that as the official 2018 race program. But Richard Blood's starting to get some speed and pull away, and he's trying to chip away at that lead that Paul Alcohol's got. Meanwhile, Jean-Paul Henry couldn't go with him. He's staying back in third, which is fine. Again, for these cars racing at the front of the pack, if you're racing for position for valuable points, it may help you out to just run a more conservative race. This isn't a race. This isn't a race that really has a lot of people. You don't see a lot of crashes at this race, especially compared to some of the other ones. So chaos isn't going to reign supreme here.
No, the chaos reigns supreme after the race, when all of a sudden everybody wants to drive outside of Fort Worth and they want to see the brand new buckets that's up there because they saw that this place had the cleanest bathrooms in all of Texas, of any Texas road stop. And
no doubt about that.
Challenge accepted.
Absolutely.
We'll see how much we can solve this up a bit after just a hard night drinking and a whole lot of beef brisket.
I mean, brisket and booze. Let me just tell you, your bowels are going to be hating you in the morning.
Speaking of bowels, that would be a good opportunity. If you're brisket bowels, if you're hating it in the morning, why don't you strap on a pair of Reshart adult diapers, the official adult diaper of the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
There you go. Restart your bowel movements with Reshart.
More trample in your stample.
Exactly. We are looking at Agent Toby Keith, not looking good right now. 25th place. Hasn't really gotten much of a move. He's actually pretty far behind 24th, which is Bowie Jessup in that 22 car. This is not where Agent Toby Keith wants to be. He is so very close to giving ATF Bureau Racing the clean sweep and putting all three cars in the playoffs as it stands. I mean, we don't have live points, but you got to imagine that he is not looking good. He's going to be worried about the number 11 car, Smiley Van Buren, and also Richard Blood. I think Richard Blood may have potentially raced his way in with his current position and the current position of Agent Toby Keith, because Agent Toby Keith would be that fourth car in after Henri, Walker, and Mayfield, who are all running pretty high up there. But Smiley Van Buren, not seeing that name, and I'm seeing him in the bottom 4 right now. Richard Blood is only 19 points behind Agent Toby Keith. That is easily somebody that is easily a driver in second place, can leapfrog 2 spots.
Yeah, he's going to need to dig down deep in his red Solo Cup if he's going to have any hope or prayer of trying to. Now I see he just slid up the marbles there. That's the thing. Once you get out of that groove section of the pavement, it's going to be real hard to get grip up there.
It's really tough.
He woke up one day and realized it was 2010. He's slipping.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. He's just not a good day on the track. He's got Giacomo behind him.
Republican senator. I don't think he's going to be doing too well here.
No, not at all. I mean, it may just be, what we can consider a very good rookie season, but it might just be whiskey for his men, beer for his horses, and his 2 teammates in the playoffs without him.
And how about a bench for next week?
Maybe so. Well, I'm sure he'll have a whiskey girl to go home to console himself. We're going to take a look right now at who we pulling up here. We're going to pull up Fat Daryl. And this is a car to watch right now. Fat Daryl running in 6th place. We're going to keep an eye on him as well as Richard Blood. We talked about Richard Blood with the potential to leapfrog both Smiley Van Buren and Agent Toby Keith, who we saw were down in 26 and 27. We don't have live scoring. We're doing the best we can just with my brain and what math we can do on our fingers and our toes.
How the hell can you add letters and get Z?
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure either, but nonetheless, Fat Daryl in that 8-1 car in 6th place. We're going to keep an eye on him and Richard Blood, because should we have a repeat winner, which as of right now, Paul Alcohol, we may have that.
Now, Chip, I think you may want to check yourself, because when you said the 8-1 car, let's be clear, I think Fat Daryl may have ate more than just one.
Oh, no doubt about it. But Adjective Foods, that's kind of their motif there. They got 8-1, 8-2, 8-3 of those 3. And man, it would be good to see Adjective Foods get a car in the playoffs. But
Chip, I think we're seeing the lead drop here with Paul Alcohol up front.
We are seeing that. Yeah, Fat Daryl is going to be on the outside looking in like a closed buffet window. It's going to be the outside looking in.
Hey, shut up, Craig. I ain't Z.
Yeah, and we are seeing that. Look at that. Look at this coming around. Paul Alcohol has been caught, it looks like, by Richard Blood. And, Paul Walker in that 00 just shot down, gave a quick look-see to see if he could get behind Richard Blood. But
things are looking up. Things are looking up for Paul Walker right now. It would be an absolute tragedy if his race just came all to pieces here with a catastrophic wreck here.
A lot of race to still go.
A long day without him, friend.
Lot of race still to go. It is 28 laps in the book as they come around and cross that line one more time of this 84-lap race.
We all have 6 shooters up in the booth. These were handed to us by track president Eddie Gossage.
Yes,
and each one of them is inscribed with our names on it.
I mean, we get to keep these? A little too much. We get to keep these, right?
Yeah, that's right. Not only do we get to keep these, we're encouraged to shoot them after the race.
I mean, I'm not sure what someone's going to want with a gun that says Chip Chapman engraved on it. I'm going to keep this thing. We are 56 laps to go of this 84-lap race, and we're seeing a potential lead change coming up slowly. Richard Blood, he's taking his time. He's got a lot of time to do it. All that matters right now, let's be honest, leading laps are great, but winning the race, if you're Richard Blood, you don't got to worry about leapfrogging people. You just want to win that race, and you're in. Paul Walker is thinking the exact same thing. Paul Walker could easily knock Richard Blood out of playoff contention if he can beat him to the finish line when all is said and done. He is moving up into 2nd place. It is now a 3-car battle. It has been for a bit. Jean-Paul Henri maybe thinking he's comfortable in the in 4th position. He thinks he may have it on points, and I got to say, that's probably a good thing to gamble with.
If you're going to gamble in Texas, you need to put your pants on.
Let's not go so crazy. I think you can You know, I've seen that painting of those dogs playing poker. They ain't wearing pants. And I'm pretty sure that happened in Texas. I don't know a casino in the world that would let a dog gamble other than in Texas.
Just be careful you get a foreign snake in your boot.
That's now which one of them dogs playing poker is going to be blowing up at the table like Bill Philmath on every bad beat? That's what I want to know.
Oh, fair enough. I always wonder about that. I always love his what was it, super system?
Oh yeah, that was great. You just got to play perfect poker all the time.
Exactly. And it's all about your odds, your pot odds, your cash odds, your card odds.
And of course, the best hand in poker, of course, the king jack offsuit.
Of course, and if you hit it at the tables big enough, you can buy yourself a king jack offsuit, and you'll be king jack off as you walk through the casinos.
Hey, if you want to find a way to pleasure yourself, and you don't want anyone to notice at that big meeting, get yourself a king jack offsuit.
Man. King Jack off suit may have to be one of our new sponsors.
Too, parts unknown, auto parts, because goddamn, I don't know anybody else's place that sells 8A batteries.
You get the 8As?
You get the
eyes.
The eye.
Well, we're seeing Paul Alcohol.
There's a suit in his goddamn suit.
God, I love it. You know, you want to get yourself
that's a fill with snake oil and that battery acid.
No, that is not fun.
I'm snorting and squealing like a Arkansas Razorback pig.
What in the absolute hell is happening off right now?
Don't get me started on that blazer either.
Yeah, no doubt.
King's jack-off suits.
Paul Walker, all eyes lonesome. Richard Blood fell back a little bit, maybe reeling back in. See if he can go with his teammate. We're going to go ahead and see that. That is Jean-Paul Henry and Richard Blood. And see if these two cars...
By the way, this is a race where everybody's got butt. That's because they shot butt before the race. Howard Edward Butt, H-E-B. The only place where you can drink while you shot. Legally. Where it's not only welcome, it's allowed.
You know, the best thing is I can't tell if these are real ads or not. Because it's Texas!
It's Texas! It's Texas!
I'm going to be drunk and they gave me a gun!
Death, taxes,
Texas.
Texas.
Death plus taxes equals Texas.
Death plus taxes equals C, you son of a bitch!
We're looking at the Frenchie, Jean-Paul Henry. Hold on a second. We got a potential lead change. Paul Walker is chasing down Paul Alcohol, and the lead is starting to creep up again. Paul Alcohol has led every single one of these laps so far. 36 complete laps. Gonna be 37 once we pass it again, unless Paul Walker can get a good run on that corner. He's gonna have to use that corner, because every time he comes out on the straightaway, Paul Alcohol just has so much speed in that car, and we're gonna see what the interval is. He is not letting go. He is not losing sight of him. He is actually pulling away. And Paul Alcohol looking to just protect this. Both he and his teammate of War Machine Racing, Giacomo in the playoffs. Paul Alcohol would like to be 1 and 2 with Giacomo. A win would make him a 2-time winner, and that would absolutely mean that the 35 and the 4 would be top of the standings going into it.
War Machine Racing, I mean, they've low-key had a great season, both Paul Alcohol and Giacomo, but quick.
You know, I'm looking at my stats here. 4
We
poles.
got another sponsorship here from King's Jackoff Suits. They have a new location open in the old abandoned mall right next to the new strip club, the Krusty Pocket.
That's fair enough. Thank you for that information. Appreciate that. And we got Richard Blood trying to challenge for second place again. All that's going to do is give Paul Alcohol a little bit more room to move. But, you know, that's the thing. War Machine Racing.
The best thing Paul Alcohol can see behind him is these two drivers, Paul Walker and Richard Blood, fighting behind each other.
Absolutely. Now, that's the thing. We were talking about the low-key good season, and Giacomo moves up a spot to 19th. He's already got 2 wins under his belt. Paul Alcohol's got the 1, so both are already in the playoffs. Giacomo doesn't have to be too worried about how he's finishing tonight, other than just maybe, you know, see if he can get some extra points on the on the docket, but he is looking pretty dang good. The only car with 2 wins right now, so he is pretty much going to be in first or second place by the end.
Like mirror fight, like we got Giacomo and the Kiss regular, and then like the Kiss blue outfit, like the alternate DLC car.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad idea.
We
Well,
have like 2 Giacomos in the race.
Nah, we just got the one. I think we're good, but you know, that's the thing. Good season from them. Each of those, the 34, 35, and the 4, both have 2 poles this season. The 4's got 2 wins. Paul Alcohol's trying to get his second win, fending off Richard Blood right now. It's been a great season for War Machine Racing. I think probably of all the racing teams, they probably have had the best season of all of them.
It's been something fantastic to see, and of course, team investor Paul Stanley has just been so proud of this team, and he just wants everybody to now listen.
I think Giacomo and a cloned Giacomo could be like an Air Supply cover band called Giacomo to the 4th Power.
Oh, no doubt about that.
They would be the Giacomos Giacomo.
That would be Giacomotion, I think, would actually happen as well. Take a look at Wu Ba Bala, just because, you know, we like seeing that car. And he is running a strong 8th place. Not going to do it.
More spots. You just got to get a wreck in. That's all you got to do.
He's got to win this race to make the playoffs. So many drivers are in that position. They just need to win. They are pretty much not able to do it with on points alone.
Everybody has got a big hat, but nobody's got a bigger hat than Wu Ba Bali. Hashtag heart of a champion. Hashtag balls of a horse.
Absolutely.
Hashtag last to first, you sons of bitches.
And he is sitting in 8th place trying to chase down Morris Mayfield in that 69 car. Who is falling back into 7th. And we're going to go ahead and take a look again at our, it looks like we got our lead pack is back to 4 as Jean-Paul Henry is chasing down Richard Blood and Paul Walker. But we'll see as they come around. Is Paul Alcohol, that's giving Paul Alcohol another chance to just go ahead and pull away a little bit more. He has been just minding his own business. We are more than halfway through this 84-lap race. 45 laps are in the books, which means if I can do math, that means that 30, well, we are at 45 down. That means
we've done one more than 44 laps.
Yeah, 45 minus 6 is 39 to go.
It's Z! I swear to God, it is Z!
Z laps to go.
That is it's Billy Gibbons laps to go.
Absolutely. And we're seeing they're just kind of staying in a line here. Now this again, they're going to try to draft their way to close this gap. Paul Alcohol has just not been able to let off the throttle. He has not needed to. He has had the best car on the track. And of course, we're probably going to start seeing green flag pit stops very soon, which is going to be interesting. When will these drivers opt to pit? Could pit strategy, could their pit performance affect how they finish?
That's right. They're going to want to see if they can get they may need to take 4 tires, or maybe they feel like they can take just 2. But they may need to ZZ top their fuel tank up with high-octane Bapus Racing Fuels, the official fuel of the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
Bapus.
Bapus. Put a little Bapus in your tank.
And here is the interesting thing as well. Leading laps. If you're a car that's going to be if you're a driver that's making the playoffs, leading laps is going to help your positioning as the playoffs continue on. Now, we're going to try to do it as best as we can and explain how the playoffs are going to work. So, again, 16 drivers make it. You understand that. What's going to happen is we're going to reset their points. Every driver that makes the playoffs is going to start with 4,000 points. That's just to ensure that nobody who's not in the playoffs can overtake them. And speaking of overtaking, here comes Paul Walker. And it looks like, is Paul Alcohol going to challenge him, or is he going to let him go ahead and pass and take his? Oh, no, he's going to fight it. He's going to fight it. And, yep, Paul Alcohol's going to hold it for now. But Paul Walker, all he did right now with Richard Blood right behind him is said, hey, I'm right behind you, buddy. I am coming for you. Now, Richard Blood's going to try to take a little look-see. This is an interesting predicament. We're going to keep an eye on this right now as I explain to you how our playoffs are going to work. So, after this race, we of course have the Gun Boost Pointless Extravaganza, which is like our all-star race. It's a bit of a free-for-all. It's not a points race, but it's going to be a good amount of fun. That's going to be this Saturday night.
Did we get that Florida Georgia Line cover band to play again?
Oh, I hope so. I hope they know how to get to scenic Pittsburgh, because we're going to be back at a brand new, newly renovated, inconveniently far from a hospital Speedway in scenic Pittsburgh.
Just outside of the mills.
Absolutely. Which mills?
Galleria.
All of them. And look at this. Paul Walker is right on. We got a couple of Pauls. They're going Pauls to the wall. Paul Walker right on the bumper.
They are Paul stretching this race out, folks, here in Texas.
And look at that. Look at that shot that Paul Alcohol got coming right off. I don't know if he brake checked him like an asshole or if he just got a good...
Oh, man, they're going to show each other their paws here.
Yeah, they are. Who's got the bigger paws? But anyway, the way the playoffs are going to work, we're going to explain to you right now. We've got, looks like Paul Alcohol is going to go ahead and maybe concede. And we're starting to see some cars are making pit stops. Yep, Paul Alcohol is going to visit pit road. And that means Paul Walker's going to stay out a lap. And he is going to lead this race, which is huge. Because that means that is 5 big points for Paul Walker. That gets him a little caught up on Jean-Paul Henry, even more so. Like Mr. Naga's most glorious driver took an earlier pit. He's heading off of pit road. Keep an eye on Paul Walker. Sorry?
Anybody out of the race yet?
I don't think we got anybody out of the race. No, we got... I mean, Mr. Naga's most glorious driver is really far behind because he pitted probably early, but he'll get that back as they start to cycle through the field. And look at this. Vitalik Kriptov. That is not for the lead, obviously, but Paul Walker is heading on to pit road. Vitalik Kriptov will follow him. We're going to follow Kevin Boner-Pillman, another playoff car. And look at these cars all coming off pit road. There is just a lot of traffic as they are all making their way back onto the track.
It's a hooting and a hollering. It looks like damn I-30 on a rush hour traffic.
It absolutely does. Giacomo hitting pit lane as well. There's the Nihilist Arby's car in the lead heading back onto the racetrack. We're going to keep an eye and see how that works. Take a look at Richard Blood, one of the race leaders. See how they come around this straightaway and see how they shake up. Again, these times aren't quite right yet. They're still getting their pit times on there. We're going to cycle through and we're going to see who is leading this race. But right now it looks like it might be Richard Blood or it could be Paul Alcohol. I think it might be Alcohol right now. I think we got a couple cars who have yet to pit. I think once we see that, we're going to see, yep, Paul Alcohol has held on to the lead. He has gained basically a second and a half. And there you see it shake out like that. Paul Alcohol, Richard Blood, Paul Walker. Fat Darrell had a good pit stop. He moved up to 4th place. Jean-Paul Henry, Morris Mayfield, Dirk Tanaka, Bucky Dushine, Ennio Sparina, and El Matador Toto Rosanna. That is your top 10 at the moment. With Paul Alcohol continuing to lead this race. He's not led every lap, but here's how the playoffs are going to work. The 16 cars are going to get bumped up to 4,000 points, and they will all start on 4,000 points plus the amount of what we're going to call playoff points. Playoff points are special points that are being awarded based on certain criteria. So here's how it's going to work.
Are they neon glow in the dark points?
They are. That's so we can tell the difference.
That's right.
Now, if you've won a race, 15 points right there. Top 5, you get some playoff points for that. It's going to be 15, then 5, 4, 3, and 2 for second through 5th. All right? You lead a lap in a race, that's an extra playoff point.
Yeah.
You lead the most laps, that becomes 2 instead of 1. So Paul Alcohol is going to get himself 2 playoff points as he's been leading pretty much the entire race. Paul Walker got himself a playoff point for leading that 1 lap. We should call him the Diddler Cup Fun Points. You know what? Dang it, that's a good idea. We need some better name for him.
Diddle points.
Diddle points.
That's right. These diddle points are extremely valuable.
DP.
Yeah, DPs.
Yes, you definitely want to get some DP action up here
in the playoffs. Exactly. And last but not least, we are going to award points to the top 10 in regular season points. So Jean-Paul Henry, he holds the lead in the points. He's going to get 15 valuable playoff points. And that I was looking at how the standings were going to show out using today's standings. That bumps the points leader pretty high up there. Those 15 points make a difference. You might as well have just won a race. So that's going to be huge.
But not as huge as these 50-gallon hats that everybody's worn before, after, and during the race. That's
it definitely obscures some view. It definitely obscures your viewing pleasures, but nonetheless.
That's right. We've mandated that instead of crash helmets and head and neck restraints, which of course we say fuck those, but instead of crash helmets, we just decided to let everybody wear a 50-gallon hat.
You know, I heard they have Hans devices. You know what we have here? Yeehaw's devices.
That's right. Yeehaw!
I hear the word harness, I think Hornets. Hornets devices.
Harnesses are for horses.
Hornets device. We need to do that for the next race.
A Hornets device?
Hornets device.
We just put a bee inside the cockpit of the car.
Now you're talking.
A bee.
We put bees in everybody's car.
That might, if we ever return back to Dothan, that might be the thing we do next time. Is bees, bees with a question mark, and then a number like 300. The bees 300.
Nope, bees 300.
I think we might have just named a race for next year.
Jeopardy. Yeah, points double.
So we head back to Dothan, and. We are looking at just getting down to 20 to go. Paul Alcohol riding all by his lonesome with Richard Blood right behind him. I got to say, it's looking pretty dang good. If I can do my math, this is going to mean that 4 cars that have yet to win will qualify for the playoffs. Paul Alcohol will be joined by Jean-Paul Henry, Paul Walker. I think they are both safely in. Morris Mayfield looks like he's safely in. What's going to be the big movement is either Richard Blood or Fat Daryl. It looks like both of them, tied on points going in, will jump over Smiley Van Vuren and Agent Toby Keith, who are both running pretty low in the field. It's going to possibly be heartache for Fat Daryl if he cannot overtake Richard Blood.
Every day it's heartache. Good God, you see that man's cholesterol?
Yeah, that's right.
You ain't wrong.
I gotta tell you, boy. I gotta tell you, his blood pressure is got one hell of a quick wit. He just thinks of stuff right off the cuff. I tell you what, you son of a bitch.
He's got He's got Crisco pressure. That's what he's got.
It's like you want to try divide the 130 by 90, and you'll be like, oh shit, it's not Z.
No, it ain't Z. It never is Z.
It's 420 over 69 as he was hooting and hollering while everybody in the hospital is telling him that he's about to die soon.
But that would absolutely be so sad.
Did I just steal a drill tweet and apply to a Diddler Cup Race Series race? You goddamn right. This is Texas. There are no limits. There are no laws.
Hey, you know what they say in Texas? Drill, baby, drill.
That's right. Drill, baby, drill.
And who is going to win this race? It looks like it might be Paul Alcohol right now, but Richard Blood catching up. 1:08.9 is the interval with less than 20 to go.
Buddy, they won't even let me fuck Big Tits.
Buddy, they won't even let me fuck it here. Oh, God, that's might be one of my favorites. But I understand that, Paul Alcohol, he's had... He won that first race, but ask why he couldn't, why didn't keep his momentum up. He had a lot of really good runs last year. He said it was because of his 2 garbage sons.
Man.
one of our assistants just let us know that not only is everything bigger in Texas, even the hearts are enlarged.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
There's a mass protest. A lot of people are going to be cardiac arrested.
That's very true, Oh, God. Well, all depends on what kind of stroke you have. Most of the kind is the one where it means part of your body don't function no more.
That's right. You want to talk about stroke? We got stroke, and we got bore, and we got piston heads. We got the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
No doubt about that.
Thank you, everybody, to tune into every part of the regular season. We hope the playoffs even 10 times more exciting than all the other racing that you've seen here.
Absolutely,
this has been kind of a mellow race so far. That is what happens when you raced on a cookie cutter Charlotte Motor Speedway clone here. But you do what you can here, especially in the great state of Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, we just you got to find the entertainment elsewhere. You know, you wandered. You know, Texas Motor Speedway as the only place, and they don't let this happen for the big races, but you know they'll do this for the special ones. They actually, you can go from the grandstand, and you can go from the grandstand. You can enter the infield. They don't have like an elevated bridge. You can cross the racetrack during the race. They let you.
See, this is the nice thing, like in actual Texas, they invite us in. Allegedly at Daytona, we have to allegedly sneak in, allegedly unauthorized, to allegedly have a race, which did not happen earlier this year.
Not at all. Won by Cobb Salad.
No, it was not won by Cobb Salad.
And
that's
here's
right.
the interesting thing right now.
We did not tell Cobb Salad to because we certainly did not tell Cobb Salad to meet us down there at the Crystals for the post-race debrief under cover of night here. No, in Texas, we get to tell everybody in the world that they're passing by on the backstretch, heading into Kenny Brack's landing on the entrance of Turn 3.
Pretty much. We're like, hey guys, we're doing something really fucking stupid here tonight.
I've never seen a car snap apart like that, y'all.
Look at this. Richard Blood must be thanking, hold your horses indeed, Jeff Gordon the horse, trying to be put a lap down for the first time by Paul Alcohol. He is racing Alcohol pretty hard. That horse, Big Daddy Thibodeau has visited pit road. Clearly, it looks like he's 7 laps down. So something must have happened with Big Daddy Thibodeau. He's already got himself in the playoffs. But lap traffic has caused issues for Paul Alcohol. And look at Richard Blood. Richard Blood is right there on the bumper of Alcohol with 12 laps to go.
He found the secret. It's called don't win the pit. Don't win the pole.
That's right. Jeff Gordon, the horse here, is proven that he is not going to be put down a lap.
About that. Now, sometimes in these races, you know, it's often courteous or sometimes even a rule that you gotta get the high line and let them pass. But he's a horse. How do you explain that to a horse?
Horses have no peripheral vision.
Exactly. I don't know why we put blinders on the horse, for fuck's sake, but we do it.
I mean, at the annual Diddler Cup pool party, which, by the way, between Fat Daryl and Doug Pork was the most saturated fat I ever saw.
Damn right.
I mean, that horse got that, and he's just like, he's getting all scared and started jumping over the fence and knocking shit over.
No doubt about that. Well, that was the problem, is that Fat Daryl and Doug Pork got in the pool, and then there was no more water in the pool. Because of displacement. Wow. And look at this, Richard Blood has pulled away again. Or sorry, Paul Alcohol has pulled away again, extended that lead to .729. But Richard Blood has already passed Jeff Gordon, the horse, putting him a lap down.
This is a guy who thinks, Fat Daryl thinks sleep apnea works at the strip club.
I mean, fair enough. And let's see how those intervals treated Richard Blood as he comes around with less than 10 to go. You know, it looks like Richard Blood may be a shoo-in for the playoffs. After all, we talked all season about how Dixie Wimmer Incorporated, DWI, had not seen a single win. They were running fast all season. 6 poles for all 3 of their drivers, Stumpy Lane, Jean-Paul Henry, and that man, Richard Blood, got 3 of those 6. We are looking at 8 laps to go. Richard Blood may not get the victory. He's trying to chip away at that. He's down to .66 seconds off the lead. But would you believe that DWI on points alone, they just ran consistently enough that they will look to have, as it stands, as far as I'm concerned, 2 cars in the playoffs. We're going into today, they did not have a single car in.
And if they do decide to win some races here in the playoffs, it's going to carry some extra weight here.
Oh, no doubt about it. We're not going to go too detailed into it, but we're going to have, once we have our field of 16 that make the playoffs, we're going to have 3 races, and of course that's going to start with, we're going to head to the CoverGirl 500 at RuPaul's Drag Strip over in Boys Town, Illinois. That's going to be our first playoff race, a brand new track. We're going to revisit some old tracks. That schedule is going to be finalized before we get there. But we're going to have 3 races, and then we're going to whittle the field down from 16 to 12, readjust the points again, go 2 races, go from 12 to 8, readjust the field, go from 8 to 4, and then those 4 cars remaining will race against one another, where the highest finisher will win the Diddler Cup Championship on the last race of the season. But all you need to know right now is that 16 cars got 3 races, and a win pretty much automatically puts you right into the next round. And
if you don't win, well, that's kind of shit luck for you.
And that's the thing, we're saying that there's a rule that we may have borrowed from a lesser known stock car racing
some
promotion.
Other tawdry some other type,
called the Battle for Fifth. Now as you know, we're readjusting points all over the place. So the top 16 drivers are going to have their points readjusted to 4,000 plus the number of playoff points or diddle points.
DP.
The DPs that they have acquired over the course of the season. But as playoff drivers get eliminated, 4 to go, by the way. And look at this. Richard Blood is breathing down the neck of Paul Alcohol yet again. It is looking like it could be a race to the finish for these 2 cars. But all the cars who are eliminated from the playoffs will have their points reset to the start of the playoffs so that any of those 12 drivers, based on performance in the playoffs, can battle for 5th. It's not a set thing where if you're eliminated first, you're 13 to 16, and then you're 9 to 12, and then 5 to 8. Yeah, the top 4 are going to battle 1 through 4 because they made it to the final fucking race. But the rest of you got shit to worry about. Fucking win your races and figure it out.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of winning races, we got 3 laps to go, and these boats are running nose to tail here.
What a huge finish this could potentially be. We're looking at 2 laps to go as they come around. Paul Alcohol led virtually every lap of this race except for in the pits when Paul Walker got those points. He is only 1/10 of a second in front of Richard Blood, who has been chasing him all day. 2 laps to go. Can Richard Blood make the move? He's got to do it now, doesn't he, Lloyd?
He's got to be sizing up his move, but he knows he's got about a lap and a half to do it. He's going to be running out of time if it can get Paul Alcohol to make a mistake up here.
Here he comes. White flag is waved. Paul Alcohol takes the white flag with 1 to go. And he is just going to pull away. He's gained on that interval. Could Paul Alcohol make it a 4th victory for War Machine Racing and himself his 2nd? He wins the first one of the season. He might win the last one of the regular season. They're coming around the turn again. Alcohol has got them on it. But we are still keeping an eye on Blood. They are coming around. Final straightaway. Oh, it is cold gin time again as Paul Alcohol puts the 35 car back in victory lane.
Well,
oh, good God, what the hell is happening over there? Are people crashing and shit?
What in the world?
I don't know. Oh, good God, Richard Blood just crashed the dang thing. What in the hell? Well, at least we got something to watch at the end of the fucking race now. What in the hell?
What about all the race that happened there?
I have no fucking clue.
We got some more highlights now.
Now we do.
Oh shit, Agent Toby Keith's on fire.
Is he? Holy shit. Or he just set fire to because he didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, they've set fire to Big
Don't make the playoffs to set your car on fire. That's kind of
Holy
West Virginia bullshit, isn't it?
Well, it's unofficial, but, well, first off, it is official that your winner is Paul Alcohol. Looking at the standings, it looks like our unofficially our playoff qualifiers on points look to be Jean-Paul Henry, Paul Walker, Gonna have to find out about Morris Mayfield. It looks potentially good. Man, Jeff Shanice is all smoking too. What in the hell happened to his car?
Great job, boys. Now, how in the hell did you catch on fire? I want to see the replay of this.
Yeah, hell. Well, there's your winner, Paul Alcohol, getting the big old victory. And he's going to go ahead and take that one into the pits, and they're going to go ahead. Yeah, Morris Mayfield involved in something there, too. That's all got to be at the end of the race, because there's no way, there is no way that happened during the race. We did not get a caution.
Is he gonna sit shooter of his own?
I don't know what in the hell happened, but we're looking
Mayfield's
at...
all messed up, too.
Yeah, I don't know. Who else was?
Morris Mayfield.
Yeah, the 69 car also
Not nice.
had some issues there. I don't understand what in the hell happened, but we're gonna go ahead and yeah, it is official. Your winner is Paul Alcohol, his second victory of the season. And you want to pull him up on race radio there?
That's right. Yes,
Lord?
absolutely. We got in the car. We got the winner of the race here in the number 35 Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin car. It is Paul Alcohol. Well, Paul, we had a good conversation the first time you won a race this season. Now here we are at the end of the regular season. You're up there You won 2 races here. Your teammates won 2 races. How does that feel, man, to win here at Texas?
Oh, yeah, it's feeling so good, y'all. I just want to thank everybody at Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin. I want to thank everybody at War Machine Racing for putting together an awesome car. And, folks, I can't describe the feeling of what it's like to win at such a track like this. They even gave me my own flamethrower for victory lane.
Oh wow, that is impressive. Oh my God! What in the hell is happening?
Oh, gee, no! Why are people burning and wrecking shit at the end of the race?
Well, this is
Hey,
You still have a point extravaganza to go. Do it there.
Listen, I just wanted to make sure I was able to wait for my teammates the whole time. They're all good. Ain't that right, fellas?
This part of my back is cinched.
oh my God! Well, there is that is unsettling to say the least.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in Germany. I'm about to shit myself. But nonetheless,
every team out there should be terrified of War Machine Racing because myself and Giacomo, we're going to be burning the path to the playoffs all race long.
Well, okay then. Okay. I'm terrified. A little horny, but I'm terrified.
Oh man, little horny, little terrified. I mean, that's just kind of the way we like it down here in the Diddler Cup race.
Little
That's
horny and a
Texas
little
for you.
terrified. Looks like a little bit of the crusty pocket.
That's Texas for you right there. Is really what it is.
All right, let's go fuck up this bucket.
Oh my God, I'm so confused.
Who gave all these people goddamn
We
tables
gave
from
everybody.
Costco?
Why did everybody get a gun? That is such a terrible idea.
Everybody gets their own
Such a
six
terrible
shooter,
idea.
and then the winner gets his own flamethrower.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He absolutely does. I don't know why he get. You got to give him something different, I guess. You can't just give him a gun. But I gotta say, he looks pretty hilarious with that novelty styrofoam cowboy hat, or that big foam cowboy hat on him, shooting that flamethrower. Pretty dang funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks really fun. I want to get some of that myself, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are just trying to figure ourselves out some of these some of the points here. We're trying to figure this all out. We're getting there. We're trying to sort out the
What the hell happened on the last lap?
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go ahead and find that out. We've got
Lenwood, get it up there.
oh, no doubt we're gonna get that up there. We're
Well,
gonna get it
footage
up.
should never happen.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what in the hell happened on lap 84. Who are we gonna be paying attention to? It is we're gonna take a look at Richard Blood here and see what in the hell happened to him. Was there just already a wreck or something? I'm gonna take a look at this and see what happened. It might not have. I think Richard Blood kind of caught the tail end of it. there was already a crash. I think that might have been what happened. So yeah, there's the there's already a whole lot of smoke. Yeah, what in the good God, yeah, holy shit.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Well, he just kind of makes contact full speed with somebody, but there is, I think, a big old. Oh yeah, okay, it is. There is a big old wreck at the end of the race.
All right, let's do this thing, man.
It just causes a whole dang chain reaction. Oh my God. Okay. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. What in the fucking hell happens here?
I'm saying Linwood scroll through the thing. I'm impressed here. His 50-gallon hats. It's decked out in all sorts of flair.
Holy fuck. Okay. So I think the race might have been done. I don't know if something else happened to Big Daddy Thibodeau, but you're going to see something quite interesting right now.
Oh, let's see what happens here. This
good. I am
Bring
flabbergasted. You are watching Big Daddy Thibodeau right now.
I hope this wins the $10,000.
Boom! Oh, hell! Look at that lick. And it does not get any better. Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! Oh, fucking hell!
Oh!
Oh! Oh, not nice!
There's Jeff Shanice knocking him in the fucking pit road.
Oh my God!
Everybody just all over the place. There's nothing quite says end the race. Now I think these guys just thought the season was over entirely. Like, you still got to race, y'all. You ain't make the playoffs, but you still got to race. Here's Reverend Pastor Chavez trying to come in. He just took a little bit of a lick there. Jeff Shanice might be the car to watch right now. He was spinning like a fucking whirling dervish.
Yes.
He dragged himself right up into the wall.
542 Norman got a piece of that here.
Oh yeah, we may have killed that kid again.
Whoop-a-pow is fine there.
Oh yeah, he just getting spun out. That's fine. Well, 542 Norman just gets sandwiched by Pastor Chavez and by Agent Toby Keith. Nothing too bad. Oh Jesus, and Richard Blood just kind of comes around fucking just watch it. Let's keep an eye on Agent Toby Keith right now. And just watch as Richard Blood comes in and just bam! Fucking just a big old fuck you.
I think he might have forgotten how many laps there were in the race. I thought he might have just been going for an overtake here. Because it looked like he was still racing Paul Alcohol and diving way down the inside.
No doubt about it.
I tell you.
Oh man, now that's
a Red River shootout kind of hit right there.
Holy shit!
Damn!
Joe John Winchester's dash cam on this one. Let's is he involved in all this?
I don't know, but we're going to see here. I mean, Linwood's got the 50-gallon hat with the flare on it.
Oh yeah, okay. He's gonna watch this whole thing happen in front of his eyes. So you are going on board with Joe John Winchester, not involved in this wreck, but he's gonna see all that smoke. He's got to drive right through. And good on him for just making it through that one. That just shows what kind of a professional driver. We're going to go on board with Big Daddy Thibodeau on this one and see.
Damn. That was
you need the dash cam for that footage for the insurance claim.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Got to see who was at fault there.
And let's just go on board with Big Daddy Thibodeau. Oh, there's the big lick from Mayfield. The 69 from behind. Oh, God. Jesus. So many hard licks he took there.
Yeah, you always get a lot of hard licks with the 69 here.
Oh, no doubt about it. Well, we are. Oh my God, that is.
Of course, it's a testament to the strength not only of these Diddler Cup racing cars, but of course the integrity of these of the brakes that Morris Mayfield was using. That's right, Arca Brakes, the official brake supplier of the Diddler Cup Racing Series. That's Arca Brakes.
I was gonna say, what's the brand?
That's Arca Brakes. For if you just need to decide, we ain't stopping. Arca Brakes, we ain't stopping.
Fair enough. Who am I to judge?
Who am I to judge? Who among us?
Who among us?
Humongous.
Huge ass.
Exactly. Well, we have on board Morris Mayfield. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at Morris Mayfield as
All right,
he just barreled the fuck into.
That's right. You're gonna see these ARCA brakes in action, folks.
Oh yeah, or lack of.
To be fair, with ARCA brand brakes, a lack thereof, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, really.
It's a bit of a given, in it.
With
Yeah,
ARCA,
pretty much.
those are the brakes.
Them's the brakes. There you go. There you just gave us the tagline. Here we
ARCA,
go.
that's the brakes.
Oh, what a huge hit! Jesus Christ!
He's not at fault for the accident. The traffic slowed down in front of him.
That is true, but I mean the race
Bang!
also did
Good
end. Holy
go!
hell!
Jesus.
Good God! Well, it has been a goddamn auto race, hasn't it, boys?
That's been a goddamn auto race. That's been a damn finish to an auto race, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We're gonna go ahead. I'm just taking a look at something right now. I'm trying to figure out. Got a bit of an issue right now. Trying to figure out some stuff here. Trying to get our
baby. I see
yeah.
them points.
Well, I think what ended up happening is I might have. I'm not too good with this Microsoft Excels, but I'm gonna try to figure that out.
Gotta go with them Z cells.
That's what I'm trying to work on. I'm looking at. We got ourselves a. We got ourselves a bit of a circular reference we're trying to figure out. But let's talk about next week. Sorry, this weekend, Saturday. We're going to take a bit of a break for the playoffs beforehand. But Saturday, we have the Gun Boost Pointless Rextravaganza at inconveniently far from a hospital speedway in scenic Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Featuring the world famous Florida Georgia Line cover band.
Absolutely, they're going to be there. They are gonna be there.
The best drivers in the Diddler Cup Racing Series are gonna be there.
No doubt about it. We are excited for that one, and it's gonna be actually that's the thing. Format's changing a little bit. It's gonna be all the drivers in the competing in the race. You guys want to find out about the Diddler, the Gun Boost Pointless Extravaganza? You want to find out exactly what we're gonna be doing in this thing?
Hell yeah! Let's do it.
Well, it is going to be a special type of race, let me tell you. It is going to be all 32 cars. Now, do you guys remember, what do you remember about inconveniently far from a hospital speedway? Because I know, you saw the last year's track. It was dirt, it was kind of messed up, but it was
kind of a four-leaf clover kind of track there.
A bit of figure eight. Well, they went and they improved upon it. But they didn't change that old shape now, did they?
Oh, my God.
You guys missed the figure eight?
Yeah, we missed
Well, how about this? We're going to do something. You guys want to do something really stupid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure!
What if we had, for our all-star race, the Gun Boost Pointless Rextravaganza, we go figure eight racing, and not a matter of how many laps is left, just matter of how many cars is left on the track. Last car standing.
It is last car standing. You heard it here, folks.
We're going to get really stupid.
It may take 5 minutes. It may take 5 hours.
We have no fucking clue. This may be a 15-minute stream for all we fucking know. I have no idea what is about to happen. But it's gonna get stupid as shit.
Stupid is as stupid does.
It absolutely is gonna be stupid. We are going to have ourselves a good old fucking time. It is gonna be amazing. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. It might be the longest race. It may not. When we're running on a fucking figure eight track, I don't think it's going to take all that long. If I'm being honest with myself here.
Who's going to take bets as to how many laps the actual race will go?
We may have to do that a little bit.
I think we
ain't a
might
bad
do a little
idea.
giveaway there. Help out people. Spruce it up there. It's a pointless Rextravaganza. Got to make it interesting.
That we may have to do. That ain't a bad idea. I'm not going to lie there. But we are going to go ahead and tell you that. We're going to go ahead and find out exactly how the points do take a look at our do check out our Wiki page. We will inform you of how the points. Check out our Twitter and the Wiki page when the points calculation gets sorted out. I gotta go ahead and take a look at it myself.
That's right.
Get the calculators, get the fingers and the toes out, figure out how everybody's doing on points. But let me tell you right now, we are gonna have ourselves a playoff. We are looking at potentially. We are looking at right now. Giacomo, I believe, is going to be leading our points, followed by Petrol Topoff, possibly Paul Alcohol. I actually think Paul Alcohol might be there. Then Petrol Topoff, and some other racers like Dirk Tanaka. I think Jean-Paul Henry is going to be involved in that as well. We'll get that for you as well. Keep an eye on the Twitter machine. Keep an eye on the Wiki page. Until then, Beaumont Jenkins, Latin and Lord Shivers, it has been a goddamn auto race, has it not?
Been a goddamn auto race.
It's been a goddamn auto race.
Let's go get some more barbecue, man. I'm starving. Now, you may be asking yourself.
That prayer made me hungry.
Man, that did. Man, I want more barbecue.
All right, it has been a goddamn auto race. We will see you this Saturday night in scenic Pittsburgh. Points aren't a problem, but keeping your car on the track is. I'm Chip Chapman for Latin Lord Shivers and Beaumont Jenkins. It has been a goddamn auto race.